Welcome to Core Concepts from Dent Gaming. Let's see this build. Hey guys, what is up? Got another build for you. This is Jackal and Hyde. I wanted to make a high mobility shield build, and this is what came of it. We are rocking the Turner AR, which I've got to say, for the entry level AR, this thing is the best one. I mean, they kind of went full Helldivers mode here, and they made one of the first weapons that you get one of the best, in my opinion. Like, I just feel like this fire rate, rapid fire of 3.4 with a reload time of 2.2 is just ridiculous. Not to mention that the ranges here, super good. 171 and up to 308. That's awesome. Not to mention a very, very low EN at 102. They did a little bit dirty in the impact department, but with the fire rate that it's got, you'll be okay, I promise. Not to mention, it is paired with a Haldeman, which is the mid-weight shotgun in the game. I really wish they would put more shotguns in the game and maybe rebalance them a little bit. I think that they should make a shotgun, instead of having like a pump action weight, they should make it be like an actual shotgun and make it like a semi-automatic where it can be like boom, 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 and then yeah, it takes a long time to reload. I think that would be a lot more fun. But right now, we're limited by the technology of our time. So, Haldeman it is. Just a single shot, single blast. Actually, pretty choked shot as well. It's no Zimmerman, but with a little bit better, it's got almost half the fire rate of a Zimmerman. So, it can pile up the damage. Just as good as a Zimmerman, just it doesn't quite have that bump to really set it off, you know what I mean? But it is a very solid, stable shotgun platform. Moving on to the back weapons, we are rocking the Truenu, which I think are just tried and true. So yeah, I use these all the time, mainly as a stagger build and a punish. They are good at both. So we got an impact here of 385 times 2, because there's 2 missiles. So if they both hit, you get that, what's that, 770 impact, and then you get 830 attack power, and not to mention that is almost doubled because of the 215. I mean the 215 direct hit adjustment, and not to mention it's guided if you actually get a lock on. You do not have to have a lock on to fire though. Keep that in mind. So if you have someone staggered, do not wait to pull the trigger on these. Just pull the trigger. They're staying still. Chances are you'll hit them unless they're in the air, and then they can fall sometimes. It's super weird. They need to fix that as well. Moving on to the other arm weapon, like I said earlier, it is rocking a pulse shield, mainly just to like flash on screen and keep big damage things from doing big damage things to my AC. That is what that is there for. So we got an IG mitigation of so in case you guys don't know, IG is instant guard. So if you don't know what that means, instant guard. So basically there's a time limit, which is 0.6 seconds, so a little over half a second, where it will actually mitigate 78% of the damage incoming, and it will dampen 80% of the stagger for that half a second. So it is super cool. Not to mention that this one's kind of cool where it mitigates over half the damage if you just leave it out past its instant guard duration, which is kind of freaking cool. So even if you don't quite get that additional, you get that little bit, and it's super helpful, especially when you're running around a little lightweight AC like this thing is. So main battle strategy is you keep pressure on them using the AR and the shotgun, and then you can either hit them with a Truenu to build stagger, and you can use these to keep it up, and then once they get staggered, you hit them with another Truenu, or you can hit them with the Truenu and the AR, and if they get staggered, you can actually get in there and hit them with the Haldeman. It's not quite as much fun as getting them with the Truenu and stagger, but getting someone in stagger is getting someone into stagger. That is the best thing to do, all the while trying to mitigate your incoming damage with your shield. Yeah, make sure you plug this into a button that is easy for you to click, because you will click it often, and you're going to want to, because I don't know if you saw the stats, this stability is super low. But once you are staggered, attitude recovery is very high at 125. So hopefully you're not staggered for too long, because look at these defenses, you're not going to be able to handle it for very long. All right, so moving on to the frame, I am rocking the VP44D head. I use this head very often. It's because it's the third highest stability in the game. It's got balanced defenses. I say this every time with this head. The two things I do not like about this head part are the kinetic defense and the system recovery. It did a little bit dirty on those, but other than that, all these other stats are pretty freaking good. Maybe the standby time being 10.2 could be lessened a little bit and maybe bump up the scan distance, but honestly, I'm not a scan kind of person. I'm not on that level where it really matters with the people that I play with and the things that I do in this game. It doesn't really matter to me. So solid head part other than those factors. I am running the Fairmesa core. I'm running the Fairmesa core because I wanted lightweight with high stability, and yeah, the Fairmesa gets it done. Not to mention you've got balanced statistics here in the defense department. You got a booster efficiency adjust, which is for your quick boost, no other boost, just quick boost, keep that in mind, and the generator output is added in there. The generator supply adjust is 89, but it is paired with a generator that has a very, very fast recharge time anyway, so I wasn't particularly worried about that. Moving on, I am running the Alba Arms. The Alba Arms have the second highest firearm specialization. I'm not running melee, so that doesn't matter. Recoil control does matter because firing the shotgun and the AR at the same time. This needs to be better than... I would actually prefer to see this a little bit higher, but I also need my AR and my shotgun shots to hit, so I went ahead and just forgave myself for having slightly less recoil control than I would like. Very well balanced arms, but these are all very low numbers. They are a very lightweight set of arms. And the EN load, it's not the greatest, not gonna lie, but it's not the worst. So Alba Arms is what I'm going with. I literally chose the Fairmesa legs only on the basis that they are the lightest weight legs in the game, and I'd just be dragging them around everywhere with my boosters, so it really didn't matter to me. That is enough on those. Let's go ahead and go on to the inner parts. I am running Alula's. Like I said earlier, I wanted it to be a mobile shield build. So it doesn't get much more mobile than the Alula's. Second highest QB thrust and the second fastest QB reload time. Not to mention the AP thrust on these aren't half bad either. So the only thing this thing really lacks on is the upward thrust being very, very low and the consumption being very, very high. But it's a ground-based fighter unit, so that is perfectly okay with me. Moving on to the Talbot FCS. Yes, I'm running missiles and I'm a close to mid-range fighter. This is the only FCS that really makes sense in most occasions with my builds. Moving on, I am, as I said earlier, running a very fast energy recharge generator, and it is the second fastest recharge generator in the game, the Ming Tang. It's got a decent EN cap with a decent energy output and a tremendous EN recharge. I freaking love the Ming Tang. I'm in love with this generator, and I put it in a lot of builds because of those wonderful statistics. And it is a mid-weight. It's kind of a weird weight. I wish it was like maybe like 200 to 300 pounds or units lighter, but beggars can't be choosers in this game. So moving on, pulse armor, because like I said earlier, I'm super freaking squishy and I need protection. So pulse armor. All right, that is the build and battle strategy. Let me show you guys what this thing can do. Come here, Freud.
Main system activating combat mode.
All right, old girl, you can do this. What you want? Man, I got it. Whoop. Yeah, mole. Shield it there. That's okay, I'm wearing them down. This should be it right here. Oop. Okay, well, take this instead. Oh, I missed. Didn't have a full lock. Okay, there it goes. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. That was Jekyll and Hyde. Alright guys, as always, going to get you that share information uploading just for you, the viewer. We've got a share ID of YQ7AQ9VCAM78. If you like him, take him. He is all yours. So I didn't mention this earlier, but the name Jekyll and Hyde is derivative of Jekyll and Hyde, the story where there was Dr. Jekyll, who was peaceful, and then Mr. Hyde, who was very violent. Only it's a play on words because Jackal is semi-vicious animal, and then Hyde being hide behind the shield, so it's actually opposite. So yeah, the Jackal portion is the vicious one, whereas Hyde is hide behind the shield and be defensive. That's where the name came from, in case you are curious. But if you're not curious and you want me to go ahead and end the video, let me go ahead and finish my normal outro by saying I had an absolute blast using this big giant robot to blow stuff up. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.